Welcome back, everyone, to You Are the Judge. I almost forgot the name of the game. Today we're doing Marcos Marshall versus Eric Daly, which looks like a murder case, because it says it's a murder case. Now, before we start this one, we do have to see just how wrong we were about the first one, which I probably very, very wrong. Where am I going? Email. Okay. I've been punished. Received your latest case did not apply. Yeah, I realized. Okay, I realized at the end of the last one, I never looked at the law book, so I was 100% certain I was going to get something wrong. What is this? Approached up. Yeah. Term judgment. Additionally, wait. After conducting a detailed examination, we have determined that you've made an error in judgment. According to the testimony of the witness in the relevant case, the defendant claimed to have found the missing jacket later in the evening of the party. Additionally, the time of the defendant's departure of the party coincides with the time of his car went missing. We emphasize the need for... Yeah, but the dude in the, The dude in the video didn't even have the same color hair. He didn't have a jacket. So it makes total sense that, like, somebody else would have taken his car. Okay, we got a bloody knife. On to the real case. Two different sets of fingerprints were identified on the bloody knife. According to the results obtained by the fingerprint analysis system, determined Marcos Marshall and Eric Daly. Those are the two people going against each other. Blood stains on the knife. Blood stains spread. Murder was committed. Okay. So that's evidence 1. Okay, let's go to the second one. The safe is empty, so it looks like it was a robbery, I'm guessing. A robbery that went bad could be a good one. The safe at the crime scene was found empty. Furthermore, there is no visible sign of forced entry or damage. It is likely that the safe was opened by someone who knew the combination. According to statements from the owner of the safe's relatives, there was a substantial amount of cash inside the safe. So maybe they were friends or something? I don't know. Okay, so we know that somebody had to have known about the safe. Maybe it was like one of the staff members. It was determined that the window in the room at the crime scene was broken. No blood was found on the broken glass shards. Additionally, based on the examinations, it is believed that the glass was broken due to a forceful impact, possibly caused by a stone, metal object, or a strong blow from a person. Okay. So it must have been, like, punched out or something? Okay, so we have 2 sets of fingerprints on here. Somebody knew the combination for that. And the window was broken. And there was no blood found on it. Alright, let's see just how bad we can mess this one up. Because I'm sure I'll find a way to make it just terrible. Started to stand by you more. Yeah, family loyalty is 100%. Woo! See, I knew letting my kids' education come first was a good rule. It's good. Alrighty. Okay. We'll just do what we normally do. We'll go defendant and then the plaintiff. My client denies all the charges, he says that on the day of the incident, he heard a struggle between the thief and his roommate when he came home. And when he entered the room, he found his friend lying motionless on the floor. He saw the thief trying to escape through the window, dropping the knife in the process. Okay. What do you have to say about that? My client has admitted to committing theft and has been convicted for it. However, he denies the murder charge. He claims he is not the one who committed the murder and suggests that Eric Daly, who has another set of fingerprints on the murder weapon, the knife, is the real culprit. He did have fingerprints on it. My client has admitted to entering the house for the crime of theft and is serving corresponding penalty. This is an indication of his good faith. We kindly request you take this into consideration. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Eric Daly and was it the friend that died? Was it his fingerprints or is the? You will not receive any. Yeah. So even if I'm wrong, I'm not going to receive a punishment. Okay, lawsuit begins. So. Oh, okay. So Marcus Marshall is the theft. Okay, before I forget, let's look at our law book. Any person who initially causes the death of another person shall be deemed to have committed a homicide. Makes sense, yes. It's normally how it works. If the crime of murder is considered to be a result of discrimination based on factors such as religion, language, or race, it is punished with a more severe penalty. If the crime of murder is committed with a sense of brutality and premeditation, it starts from 18 years and can be increased up to 100. Okay. What is this? That's just how they look. Alright, let's check out our case file. The man, 29 years old, was found dead in his room. The person who reported to the police around midnight in his closet. Huh? Oh, is his closest. I don't know why I read closet. Is his closest friend and roommate Eric Daly. When the police arrived, they reported that the safe in the room was open and empty. The knife used in the murder was found under the window. Well, it was across the room when I went there. 2 sets of fingerprints were found on the knife, one belonging to the closest friend Eric Daly and the other to the thief Marcos Marshall. According to the police report, a neighbor who was a witness claimed to have seen somebody jump out the window. Okay. There's no camera footage. There were 2 fingerprints found. The murder weapon was found in the house. Okay. Evidence, vault, knife, broken glass. Actually, these were switched, but I'll give it to you. Okie dokie. Let's talk to Marcos first. Why do you think the defendant committed the murder? I entered the house for theft. Later, John noticed me and we struggled. I had no chance to take out the knife I had with me. It was always in my pocket. I heard the sound of the door opening, and I quickly pushed John to the floor. We were fighting right in front of the bed. I escaped through the window quickly. During this time, I realized that I didn't have the knife in my pocket anymore. I must have dropped it in the house, and I believe Eric Daly used the knife to commit the murder because there were no fingerprints on the knife except for ours. Okay. What did you take from the house where the incident occurred? I didn't have time to take anything from the house. I didn't even touch the safe. The safe was closed when I escaped from the house. He killed his friend and he found someone he could frame for the crime. And he took the money because he knew there was someone he could blame. That's what I think. The safe was opened by somebody who knew it, so there's a chance that Eric Daly could know the safe because he's just a random dude that wanted to rob somebody. He didn't know the safe code. Where did you leave John after he struggled before you fled? In front of the door. And then I quickly escaped through the window, thinking Eric Daly might chase me. That's it? Okay. Did you get injured in any way during the struggle? Due to the adrenaline rush caused by the incident, I didn't feel anything at first. I felt a pain in my arm as I distanced myself from the house, and when I checked, I had a cut. Probably scraped it against something. Okay, thank you for your time. Alright, Mr. Daly. Why was your fingerprint on the knife? When I entered through the door, I heard the struggle. I panicked and I hurriedly approached the room. At that moment, I saw someone trying to escape through the window. John was lying on the floor. He dropped the knife as he ran away. And I picked up the knife to protect myself and John. I thought he might come back. Okay. What can you say about the safe in the room? After overcoming the shock of the situation, I approached John and I saw that the safe's door was wide open and it was emptied inside. Well, I actually feel like you're kind of not telling the truth. What was John's condition when you saw him? John was lying motionless near the window. I turned him to check, and that's when I saw the blood flowing from his back. I was horrified, Your Honor, seeing my friend in that state. But I had to pull myself together. I tried to stay calm, checked if he was breathing, and immediately called the police to help him. Okay. The police investigating the incident recently reported that you and John had a heated argument. Oh? What was the reason for this argument? In the past, I got into debt with some malicious people, and they wanted me to pay it back as soon as possible. John also had an outstanding debt of about $10,000 from the past. We had an argument about this debt, but it wasn't as big of a fight as it is believed. It was a common issue that that can happen among people living together. Okay. So they fought about money. It's a good shot that he did kill his friend and roommate and stole the money so he could get out of debt. Okay, this is retired Andy Roman. Did you see a knife in the hand of the person jumping out of the window? It was nighttime, and the surroundings were quite dark, so I couldn't see much. Okay, that's not very helpful. Is there anything else you would like to add? No, that's all I can say. Okay, why are you here? Why are you here? You added nothing to that. Okay. What can you tell us about the relationship between John and Eric Daly? They have been living together in the same house for a few years. John valued him a lot. Do John and his closest friend often have fights? In the past, they had some major arguments, but they also had occasional minor fights, which they would quickly resolve. Okay. Do you have any information about what was in John's safe? John and I were planning to get married soon. I'm very sorry, as I said, we were planning on... Yeah, you said that twice. So he was saving cash. The safe contained $9,000 as far as I know. Okay. Are you sure the money was for the wedding and not the debt? She wouldn't know that. Okay, well... Files were examined. That would be this. That would be the file. Well, I actually checked everything off the list. But I have a feeling... I have a feeling that I think Eric premeditatedly killed his friend because he was in debt. Wait. Plaintiff, defendant. Defendant was found not guilty. Defendant sentenced. So, okay, so this is determining if Eric is... I thought we were going... Okay. Well, I think Eric did it, so I'm gonna sentence him to 18 years in prison. Because if he just went there to steal, there's no way he would have known the safe. Eric living with him and being his friend would have known the safe code by chance. And his fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And they were both in debt. He had a lot of cash saved up. That's what I'm going with. Am I wrong? I could be. But I don't get a penalty either way for this one. The government is working on a bill that would lead to homeless individuals being sentenced to imprisonment. What are your thoughts? Homeless is evidence of the government's mismanagement. Homeless disrupts Bro. I'm gonna say it's government mismanagement. Ooh. This one looks mysterious. This may be an interesting one. Oh? We got a military one coming up? Another crime scene? So we've got about 6 left in the season. I'm actually really enjoying these. Whether I get them right or wrong, I am very much enjoying these. And I hope you guys are too. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. It was a pretty short video, but as I said in the very first one, these will probably be maybe only up to a half an hour, depending on how detailed the case is, how much information it is, how many people we have to talk to. So this one will probably be about 20 minutes long. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series, because I am planning on doing 3 seasons of it. And I will see you guys next week when we do Intelligence Agency versus Kyle Numer. I think it's Numer. I will see you guys then.